This week I am showing you for the first time my new Nano Cube, and I've got a project upcoming where I'm going to be scaping this exact tank. But this week I just want to talk you through the filtration and how I'm going to hide everything behind an enclosure in a similar fashion to what I've done with my 55 litre scapers tanks. Now, I've bought a Hygge Aquarium double sponge filter biochemical filter sponge, and I've customized it slightly. So I'm mounting the right hand sponge downwards rather than upwards, and I've taken out the enclosure that has the biological media in so that it fits into that corner, and the sponge is a little bit squashed in the bottom there, but nonetheless it will still draw water through. I've then been able to mount the heater directly above there so that it's all nice and discreetly enclosed into the corner. Now the idea is to make a perspex enclosure for this tank. So I have measured up a whole bunch of the perspex that I got off of eBay and made it so that I can create a corner enclosure that goes about halfway up the tank. So that's an A4 bit of perspex, and I'm cutting it sideways so that I can get a nice kind of right-angled enclosure that I will then glue into the corner of the tank. So the first task was to glue the two bits of perspex together, like so. And then the idea is to mount this into the corner. It's also a lovely see-through perspex, so at the end of this video you'll be able to see everything through it, which is quite cool, although obviously won't really be that long lasting because eventually it's going to be scaped. But nonetheless it's quite cool to be able to see everything. So I got a load of biological media in the corner there because I figured, what should I do with that space? Well, it made sense to just add an extra load of stuff, and I thought it was a lot easier to put it in before I put the enclosure in. So that's it, very quickly installing a whole bunch of media that's been in the tank below for a while now, so hopefully got a little bit of beneficial bacteria. Now I glued the enclosure into place, and we have the final product. So there you have it, a really simple way of hiding an ugly sponge filter and the heater, and adding some additional biological filtration at the same time. It's similar to the principle in my other tanks, keeping the simplicity of a sponge filter and the cost effectiveness of a sponge filter, and of course reducing the maintenance. Usually on these little nano tanks people use a very small internal filter, and it's just not really up to the job. My intention is to build up quite a high bit of hardscape for this tank, so you'll hardly see the corner enclosure at all. I think it's a great compromise that will allow me to create a safe environment that will allow me to just sit back and watch the scape flourish. So stay tuned to see how this tank is scaped. I'm pretty confident it's going to look really awesome. Thanks for watching.